Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, I want to talk about the New York Knicks fans and how these people have lost their damn minds. What the hell are y'all doing? What are the New York fans doing? The Knicks win a game last night, and these guys take to the streets as if they just won the NBA Finals in Game 7. I don't get it. And the funny thing is, as I'm watching the news this morning, and they're, showing all the New York Knicks fans flooding the streets, climbing on street poles and street signs and climbing on buildings. I mean, just carrying on like a bunch of fools, man. My goodness. And I'm looking at the crowd, and I immediately understand why all these fools are out there carrying on the way they are. Because as I'm looking at a lot of these people in the crowd, they all look like a bunch of young people. They're young. They don't even know any better. They don't know no better. This is all they know. All they know is the Knicks from probably 2010. They have no clue about the Knicks before that. So for them, this is the greatest Knicks they've ever seen in their lives. They don't even know what to do. And they carried like a bunch of fools last night. We're going to talk about this video, man, because I don't know what the hell's going on with the New York Knicks fans. Y'all got to calm down, man. Take it easy. You look ridiculous out there, carrying on like a bunch of fools. They're down 3 games to 2. I want to thank you guys. Everyone across the world, everyone across states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly, truly humbled, man, by all support. It means a lot, guys, for real, man. Thank you very much to all you guys out there, man. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I just wanted to talk briefly about the New York Knicks fans and what I saw in the news this morning, man, because it was kind of disturbing to me. Come on, guys. What are we doing here? And listen, I get it. I'm not here to crap on the New York Knicks fans, man. But, okay, so like I said, I get it. The Knicks won a game last night. You guys are happy. They kept the series alive. But they're still losing 3-2, man. So what are we doing here? This series is not tied 3-3. If they would have won the next game, and they tied this series 3 apiece, and you guys want to take to the streets, man, and carry on and celebrate, by all means, I get that more. But the game that they won last night means nothing. That game meant nothing. Now, I get it. You have to win that game to get to the Game 6. But they were at home. The game doesn't mean anything to me. Does it look like the Pacers came out to play? The NBA season, a playoff, is so weird to me, man. How many blowouts and lopsided games are. It doesn't make any sense. Did you see the game from Halliburton? I don't understand the inconsistency of these guys. It's so drastic. Halliburton has one of the greatest performances the game before, and then he comes out last night and scores, 9 points or something like that? 8 points? What the hell is going on here? Only one player of the Pacers starting lineup scored in double figures. Pascal Siakam. Everyone else was in single digits. It's so weird, the NBA playoffs, man. Not saying it's bad. It's weird. We've seen the blowouts, the lopsided victories, 30-plus point blowouts, up and down the playoffs this season. We've seen good teams getting blown out, right? We saw the OKC Thunder lose by 40-plus, and they're going to be the possible champions? Like I said, it's interesting. I would have to look into, do the research. You show me a champion that lost by 40-plus in a playoff game during their championship run. I don't know if this ever happened before, but the OKC Thunder, if they win a championship, they would be a team that got beat by 40 en route to a championship. Insane. The same thing I said about the Denver Nuggets. They had 2 losses of 30-plus points, and they looked like a team that could win a championship. They pushed the Thunder to 7 games, and they got blown out several times this postseason. It's just weird to me how many times these teams just don't even show up. It seems like they don't even get off the bus. But anyway, back to the New York Knicks fans. So like I said, I'm watching the news this morning because this is what my family does. My wife likes to watch the Channel 4 news every single morning. She's been doing it since I've known her. Right? It's on 20 years now. Me and my wife are going to be together 20 years this year. All right? So she's been doing it her whole life, and I never watched the news. I never even watched TV in the morning. I'm not a morning TV person. I don't watch TV in the morning. I ain't got time for that. I'm working out. Like I said, I'm getting ready for work. I'm getting my videos and everything situated. I'm trying to get everything written down and, what I'm saying, get my thoughts and everything together, get my, my kids up, man. You got a lot of things going on. I ain't got time to watch TV. But my wife loves to watch the news in the morning, drink her coffee, and do her morning routine. So we're sitting there watching the news, and of course they bring up the New York Knicks win because I'm in New York, right? And they're showing the picture of the New York Knicks fans at the watch party, and they're going crazy, and people are climbing on this, they're climbing on that, and I'm watching this, and I'm just shaking my head, and my wife's laughing, and she's looking at me because she knows how I am. And she's like, what? And I was like, look at these people. I was like, the Knicks are losing 3-2, and they're acting as if they're winning 3-2, or they tied the series at 3, or they just won the championship. I don't get it. And then, like I said, as I'm watching the news, and I'm looking at the film, and I'm looking at the people that are out there, all I see is young people. That's all I see is mostly young people. And isn't a knock on young people? I was a young person at one point. So I get all that. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because these people, maybe they're 25, maybe they're in their 20s, maybe they're in their late teens. I don't know. But I'm telling you guys right now, a lot of these people, they definitely weren't around for the 90s Knicks. And the 90s Knicks are not the greatest Knicks teams of all time. That's not what I'm saying here. But to me, that was the last time the Knicks were great. The Knicks were not great in the 2000s. They weren't great in the 2010s. The Carmelo Anthony's were not great. They were okay. And they've been bad in the 2020s up until the last couple of seasons here. So we were celebrating the Knicks during the regular season. Like I told you, it was the first time last year. It was the first time they made it to the second round in consecutive seasons, guys, in a long, long time. That's how bad the Knicks have been. The first time they made it to an Eastern Conference Finals in 25 seasons. So we celebrated that. I did a video on that. And I was okay with the New York Knicks fans celebrating the Knicks going to these conference finals and carrying on. I was with all of that. No doubt. But now you're down 3-1. You win this game last night to make it 3-2, which is really not doing anything. Like I said, you got to win the game to get the game since we get all of that. But I was never worried about a Game 5 scenario because, like I said, it looked like the Pacers didn't even care to show up. They took the Knicks for granted. They took them lightly. They lollygagged in the game. And I'm guaranteeing that the Pacers are going to come out really strong in the next game. Really strong, man. They're going to come out in this next game. So like I said, they're going to be in Indiana. So the Knicks have a home court advantage, and that's the problem for the Knicks. They didn't keep home court advantage. They finally won a game in Madison Square Garden in the series. So these are the things that we're talking about. The Knicks have not done anything. They have not been a good home court team, but here go the New York Knicks fans carrying on and acting crazy. The Knicks could win in Indiana, no doubt about it. They could win in Indiana, but they could also lose in Indiana. They could win in New York. They could also lose in New York. The Knicks don't have that staunch home court advantage. So once again, even if they beat Indiana Pacers in the next game, they have to beat the Pacers 3 consecutive times. That's hard to do. The Pacers are not a team that loses consecutive games like that. These guys are playing. I was really shocked at how they came out last night, the Pacers. Like I said, you don't want to extend the series like this. You want to kind of end teams when you can. But I don't understand the New York Knicks fans celebrating the way they did. Stay humble, my people out there. Don't get carried away. This New York Knicks team, like I said, I get it. This is probably the best New York Knicks team you guys have probably seen because you guys weren't around in the 90s. You don't know. I mean, I heard people out there talking about if Jalen Brunson leads the Knicks to the championship, he's going to be the greatest Knick of all time. Like, I think we're getting a little carried away here, guys. I mean, Willis Reed came out the tunnel and went against Will Chamberlain, man, and Jerry West. These guys were competing against one of the great teams of all time, the 70s Lakers. I mean, my goodness, give these guys some credit what Walt Frazier was doing, man. Damn, we're just going to throw Jalen Brunson the greatest New York Knick because he wins a championship? Come on, man, stop it. Stop it right now. I would give Jalen Brunson a lot of credit if they would have won a championship this year. But come on, man, the greatest New York Knick of all time? Like, Patrick Ewing didn't win a championship, but why? Was it solely his fault? No, we could put some responsibility on Patrick Ewing as the leader, but you're going against some great teams with great players. So the Hakeem Olajuwon Rockets, they won back-to-back championships. Hakeem Olajuwon is recognized as probably a top 10 player. And for a lot of people, think Hakeem Olajuwon is the greatest center of all time, or the greatest two-way player, or the greatest defender of all time. That's who Patrick Ewing was going against, man. Same thing with the Chicago Bulls. Patrick Ewing was being beat by Michael Jordan's legendary Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same. You know, Jalen Brunson's Knicks ain't beating Michael Jordan's Bulls. They're not beating them, guys. The same way Patrick Ewing's Knicks couldn't do that. All right? Is Jalen Brunson's Knicks beating Will Chamberlain's Lakers in the early 70s? I don't know, guys. Who's guarding Will Chamberlain? Who? Mitchell Robinson? Karl Anthony Towns? Come on, man. So once again, these are things that we're talking about. All right? The New York Knicks have been really good. They have. But for the New York Knicks fans to go crazy and celebrate the way they did last night, it's embarrassing, guys. I'm actually embarrassed for New. This is why no one likes the New York Knicks fans, man. They're like, you guys are getting carried away, and this is why people clown you. We get clowned all the time, man. What do we celebrate, man? Goodness gracious, man. Like I said, I get it. But y'all going climb, guys are climbing on stuff, man. Like, you would have thought that that was a celebration because they went to the finals or they won the finals. That's how bad the Knicks have been. People don't even know about the 90s Knicks. They've been bad for so long, people get carried away in the celebrations. It's like when I was in the 90s, growing up in the 90s, to me, the Knicks in the 90s were formidable. They were really, really good. So, think about it. They won 60 games, the Knicks. The Knicks ain't won 60 games in a long time, man. Come on, are you kidding me? And they won it in that conference, in that era, 60 games. So, when we think about it that way, the Knicks were really, really good. But I remember people like my father, my mother, who her favorite player was Dave DeBusschere, who played for the 70s Knicks that won 2 championships. So my father and other people would sometimes tell me and put perspective, hey, man, the Knicks of the early 70s were something else. These guys were special. They were deep. They were talented. They were tough. You had guys like Willis Reed, like I said, Earl the Pearl Monroe, Walt Frazier, Dave DeBusschere, Bill Bradley, Jerry Lucas on that 73 team. I mean, they were just a really good team. Like I said, they were very well coached. You have an all-time great coach coaching you. And they had home court advantage, right? The New York Knicks used to have home court. The Knicks in the 90s, man, you did not want to go to Madison Square Garden, unless you were Michael Jordan or Reggie Miller. You did not want to go to Madison Square Garden and have to play the New York Knicks, man, because that was a tough place to play. They had home court advantage. I told you, in 1993, I believe the Knicks won like 27 or 30 games in a row from the regular season and the postseason, guys, at home court. They were tough to beat in Madison Square Garden. That's not the case anymore in the Knicks. The New York Knicks in the 90s would have been very tough to beat at home. And that's why I said coming into the series, I was hoping the Knicks would be a series where the home team won every game. The Knicks would win all the home games, they win the series 4-3. But that didn't happen. They lost their first 2 games in New York, and they blew a lead in one of those games. But when we celebrating the New York Knicks, like they've done something. They haven't done anything. Listen, we can celebrate after the season, and we can say, hey, man, that was a good ride from the New York Knicks. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They got beat by a better team. They just, they need another year under their belt to play. Think about it. The Pacers have been together, guys, for several seasons now, the team. This isn't the first year they brought these guys together. Siakam, Halliburton, Mathurin, what's the other dude's name? Nimehard, TJ McConnell. These guys have been on that team for several years now. The New York Knicks just got Karl Anthony Towns this year, right? Remember last year they weren't really healthy. This year they seem to be a lot more healthy, right? So this ain't a new team. OG and all these guys, they're still figuring it out. So next year I expect them to be more formidable, right? Or to have more cohesion, right? Next season. But you never know. To me, the New York Knicks have been good, but there's no need for them to celebrate the way they did. The New York Knicks fans should be nervous, right? Because you're down 3-2. And the New York Knicks haven't looked great in this series. The Pacers have been the better team, the more consistent team, the deeper team, the more well-coached team, right? And like I said, between Halliburton and Jalen Brunson has been a good matchup, but Halliburton is winning that matchup, right? They're hounding Brunson on defense, and Brunson can't really do anything on the other end. He can't impact the game on the defensive end, right? So he has been getting in foul trouble. The New York Knicks are down 3-2, guys. They're not up 3-2. So let's take it easy, New York Knicks fans. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.